Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's Chrissy Sawyer here. Well. So we've gone from a G4 geomagnetic storm to a G5. There is a ton of solar energy, solar flares now in the high double numbers. You may be feeling it. And for however it helps, I'm no medical professional, but what works for me every time is protein, magnesium, water, rest. That's what I always come back to. And this weekend was colossal. So you may be experiencing headaches, a change in metabolic rate because it affects the sacral and literally how we digest. Hormonal imbalance or balance, and solar flares do leach metals from the bone, which is why I tend to go straight to magnesium. And I would also add that if there's a time to play, grab a pendulum, teach yourself how to use a pendulum and dowse what the body needs. Okay. Now, I just started shuffling, so I've gone to all the Galactic decks. Just because I want to speak to the sun and just try and bring through what's happening. And I got a couple of notes, which are coming to the surface and revelations in the mist. And the first card out was Sirius star blessings. So these are the Syrian light codes coming straight through the sun. Yeah. So the words are, yes, proceed, be seen and push through. And the word I get with this card is alienation. The alienation of what it is to be unique within a collective, I guess. The alienation of what it is to allow yourself to be transformed with these epic and colossal energies that are hitting the planet, well, the whole solar system. So affecting how everything vibrates, which is why I'm going to avoid astrology. It's too big. I know my limits. And therein lies the challenge of being different in your collectives, family, colleagues, friends, lovers, and coming into that difference. And I spoke about Sedna and Pluto in the last reading, and I think Sedna is speaking to this eruption, really, of the coming to the surface. And the message was, remember who you are. So that's all it's being activated. Dreams, I don't know about you guys. I'm hearing again and again and again, my dreams are so freaking weird by most of the people around me. And I'm at the point now with my dreams where I wake up in shock at the revelation and I'm still in the dream. So I can't quite discern in that moment what is dream and what is waking reality, avoiding the word reality. Wakingness. So which is the dream, which is the here? Oh yeah, other messages I get, and sort the wheat from the chaff here, because much of what I get is personal and collective, and I don't spend too much time discerning. I'm just going to bring it through. Is really to just let go of pushing the 3D to be something that we want, and instead just to be held in that while we transform and locate to other. Okay. And no surprises. So this is the completion of the experience. So what did you learn? Clearing old stories. Again, this is breaking through into the difference of beingness, releasing past lives and integrating past lives, life lines, time lines, experiences, integrating many experiences. And as soon as I saw that card, I saw another card from another deck. So I went to that deck, and the first card to come out was exactly the card that I saw. So this is the blank contract. And don't think about it in terms of obligation and burden. Just think about it as a blank canvas. Yeah. Think about it as a blank canvas. And as you picture a blank canvas, what comes to mind? What are your colors? What is your expression? What is your art? And we have whale song resonating now. Here we have it. Sedna, coming to the surface, revelations in the mist. So Sedna moves into Gemini later on this month. This is me avoiding astrology. Yes. And so let the listening go deeper. Let the listening go deeper. Let the seeing go deeper. You may be meeting people in your dreams with poignant messages to share between the give and the take, the exchange. And if we speak to resonance, we're speaking to vibration and frequency, and the stripping back of the intellectual mind to, does this vibe with me or does this not? And what that will help us do is to sort out programmed reality from organic truth. Programmed reality, I see this thing which is new, ergo I go to fear. That's a programmed reality. That's just one of many, many. But organic is actually, what am I feeling? I'm feeling something that isn't fear. So the challenge is to lean into that, even though all the other fishies might be swimming in their own way. Okay, there's no judgment here. There's just discernment and coming into critical inquiry, the absolute truth, according to your story and your blank canvas. And is this the mist? Revelations in the mist. Got Neptune coming in here. Preparations coming to fruition. And with net, I get web. And then I get interconnectivity. So what you're connected to is connected to you. Oh, yeah. 42.6 wants to bring into reality that which resonates in harmony with the organic being. And that will help put to bed the whole soul purpose thing. Because soul purpose, finding soul purpose, takes us into searching. And searching is driven by what? Lack, missingness. It's already within you. Everything is within you. How do I speak to that? Happening by accident is what I get. The most curative medicine is when we let it happen by accident. And so hindsight becomes the only perfect science. And sometimes what is hidden in plain sight is the thing you've been searching for, but actually it's already manifested. But it's manifested without the push, drive, strive, without the left. Logical reasoning, mind that can sometimes get mired in its own self-importance. Liberation, energy. It's all coming down. Wow. Yeah, underlying energy is inner earth and base chakra. So there's that four. There's that four. Is the I'm getting the word needling, and I'm being shown the scene from Doctor Strange, where he's held in suspended animation, and ostensibly he's being tortured, but these are really fine pins, needling. I don't know what that means. I'm just bringing it through. So something to do with the throat chakra. Laying foundations, strength and security. And is it okay for me to build in this manner because nobody else is doing it? That's that question. Needling. Don't know. I'm not going to get attached to needling. It's going to let it flow through, underlying. Revelations in the mist. So yes, absolutely. Many masks. 3811-2 is building the blueprint, and the blueprint won't look like the adjusted human being, the corrected human being. We don't know what it's going to look like. But it speaks to alignment. It speaks to the alignment. It speaks to disguise. It speaks to what is witnessing you. It speaks to the inner selves, if you can see that. Inner selves. Or coming into alignment. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So repairing body, mind, and spirit. Again, we have alignment here coming in. Self-determination. And what comes to mind as I hold this one up? What are you completing? What are you completing? Okay. Get grounded. Base chakra again. It's so ubiquitous, isn't it, that instruction, connect with nature. Ah, oh, beautiful. Yeah, I'm just looking at the back of the Galactic deck. Okay, so connect with nature. This is speaking to the movement of nature, to the interconnectivity of all the natural world. Oh, wow. I tell you where this is going. I think it was in the last video and I saw an octahedron, and then what arrived on my radar was a quasi-crystal as a grid, the quasi-crystal. Google that, see what comes up. And it's like this is like the making of the world is coming in through this pixelated form with pixels. So I was studying Planck theory and pixels and how things come in, and everything is in a state of movement and flow. And when we connect with nature using that as the basic principle, then we are it. We are also in that sea of movement and flow. And so as you see the tree sees you. As your consciousness sees the tree, the consciousness of the tree, call it spirit, call it what you want. The consciousness of that tree witnesses you, feels your energy. It's like in the last 2 months, if I approach a plant, that's changed. I go in slowly. I don't just grab the plant and put it over there. I go in slowly so I can align the energy fields and introduce myself before I impose my will upon that plant. Pick it up and move it or turn it or water it. It's very slow. This is beautiful. Seeding the light. It might be useful to do some specific base chakra work. Maybe grab your drum if you've got a drum and really pull in this sun energy and drive it all the way down through the body and into earth to align and integrate. Laying foundations, the divine plans. This is bringing the blueprint in. And when I talk of blueprint, I'm talking about being in line with the fractal of creation. That it's way bigger than, if I speak in the first person, it's way bigger than I can even conceive of. And so when I get past what I want and succumb with grace to where I'm being moved, and 1144, and intuit. Oh, God, how can I put this into words? This is so sensitive. This 1144 is so sensitive. It's the building through that sensitivity, through the higher sensory perception. And so, yeah, thank you. If I bring this right down into the mundane and give you an example. So this weekend triggered in me some old guilt programming because England has suddenly gone into a heat wave. It was 28 degrees yesterday, which is insane. And when the sun shines, I get this old guilt programming. Like, do you remember being at school? Why are you indoors? The sun's shining, get out and play. Okay. So Saturday I rested, had no choice. My hair hurt. So, because it goes straight to my fontanelle, these solar flares go straight into my fontanelle, and I can't touch my hair around there. So I sit and just go into deep stillness and rest. And Sunday, the guilt kicked in, and I forced myself to go into town. And I made it a mile down the road, hit the nearest shop, got the bare essentials, had this went into phase shifting at the checkout, blood sugar dropped out, got home as soon as I could. And so within an hour of a healthy breakfast, I'm eating again, metabolic rate. And so what that is not thinking. It's not pushing through. Push through, be a hero. It's none of that. That's left brain. Push through, get into town. It'll be good when you get there. I knew it wasn't. And so I followed that movement. And that movement was, my body is suddenly going to drop into something that feels like hyperglycemia. So that sugar's going to drop out. I'm phase shifting because I'm bilocating. So I'm not fully here. So this is what I'm navigating at the moment. So it's like, what did I call it the other day? Controlled disassociation. And again, these are all, so what I'm doing is I'm taking all the old terminology that has been used to medicate gifted, highly gifted people, highly sensitive people, dissociation, psychosis. So a controlled psychosis is blowing the doors off the mind, just going, I want to play with this. Okay. And so when we come into that uber sensitivity, then we obey, and the body's like, don't do this. And so I obeyed, got the bare essentials, and went home and then rested for the whole day. And I was just in my element for the rest of the day. It was total bliss. So this is the don't push the 3D. And I also noticed I want to cut the grass. So I asked myself, why do you want to cut the grass? For the neighbors. Oh, screw that. Leave the grass. Screw that. There's more going on. This is way bigger than me. Okay, so connect with nature in the harmonic, in the flow, feel. See what comes. I remember last year, an epic moment of last year where I was in a really big transition and I just felt odd. I didn't know what I was feeling. And so not far from here, there is a veteran cedar pine. And it looks like the biggest Christmas tree you ever did see. It's a giant. And I've been working with this tree for years, 8 or 9 years. And I went to the tree and I asked for help. So I sat with my back to the tree, and coming out from the bottom of the tree are 2 gigantic branches. And what happened was I saw like an energy field get built around the extension of these branches. So I was in something that felt like a yurt. So I was put in an energetic bubble. And in this part of the country, to see a dragonfly is a thing. It's a beautiful thing. 12 dragonflies turned up. My guides turned up. My best friend arrived in spirit. And all worked with me to help bring these to help bring the pixels into flow and create this beautiful integration. There's lots of processing that happened, lots of writing that happened. Okay, so trust your path. Oh, that's lovely. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Trust that there is intelligence in a tree. Trust that the tree's roots connect to other trees' roots where they communicate with one another. That's science. So we're laying foundation. So there's a big closing, karmic closing and wrap-up. That's been going on for a while. It will go on for a while yet. You won't wake up one day and it will all be gone. We've got to do the work, which is leaving us with a blank canvas. So we're getting ready to seed. Just where did I see gestation? Okay. So we're getting ready to seed. And it's spring. Get the harmony of the spheres, with this. So I'll say again, there's no rush. That is coming in to the gut and the intuition, is to not rush, but to listen and respond, and listen and respond. Revelations about who you are. Okay. Oh, beautiful. The messages are pouring out now. Yeah. Oh, gosh, gorgeous. Just say yes. When your body or your heart or your intuition or your gut tells you something, do it. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Oh, that's gorgeous. Remember who you are. Beautiful. All coming online. Right. Let's go to the Galactic deck. I'll go that one. I'll do that one now. Wow. I'm going to ponder that one because it might be a personal message. See if it comes in. Okay, here it is. Forge, don't follow. So this is breakout energy. This is breakaway energy. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. Which might speak to self-parenting, self-best friending. Oh, gorgeous. I'm just getting an image of a slightly defiant little child. No, this way. Beautiful. Okay. Child of the cosmos. Stunning. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. Yeah. Don't think, sense, sense, and follow the senses. Okay. These cards feel strange. Awkward. They feel awkward. Contradiction in terms, beautiful. Common ground, hybrid. Hybrid, finding common ground. Hybrid. Parallel refers to non-physical reality. This could speak to all sorts. Yeah, see what else there is. Um, Okay. I think this is what we're closing. So I think it was 2 or 3 videos ago, became an Atlantean video. And that might speak to genetics, splicing. So that's doing something glandular. The glands are the first line of defense. Which speaks to immunology. Higher heart's activating. Self-discipline. I get navigator with this. This is really multidimensional, this one. Self-discipline of navigating your multidimensional self. It's like you might have to write a new book, a new manual. Keep going. Left brain, intellectual. Conditional. Got it. Be at course. That's the message. This is so logic and reason. Feels inorganic. That's all the thinkingness. And that can create division, hierarchy. This is about navigating space. Navigating freedom from the past, liberation. There's a lot happening in the throat. Singing and chanting. Beautiful. Got all this parallel energy coming in. I get star beings here. Like the activation of the star being within and learning how to navigate that and learning how to bring that 88, bring that into the world in a balanced way. So this is relationship with self equals, that is the equation, isn't it? Everything begins with self. This is your primary relationship. When this is in balance and in harmony with the wave and particle and the sound vibration, frequency, then all of the relationships and indeed the physics of it, what you pull towards you, will be in resonant harmony. Oh, interesting. I was also reading this morning about the Sag, is it a full moon? There's a Sag full moon at the end of April, which I think is going to conjunct the Pleiades. So beautiful energy coming in, really beautiful energy. Yeah, it's the galactic self coming online. Thank you. Yeah, beautiful. Which will speak to boundaries, because it's that age-old question of, do you bring your magic? Oh, I saw the best car sticker the other day. It said, I'm just a Hogwarts girl living in a world of muggles. Really made me giggle. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Is it okay for you to be you? Is it okay for you to be all of you in your collective? If it isn't, if there are parts of you that you hide, we've got the masks on the table. Have a look at that. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. This is the sun. This is the genetics. Yeah, I'm going to bring that card in that came out. Okay. So when I started my previous brand, which was called Listening to You, in, I don't know, 2008, something like that. She never really had a brand. The name was given to me and I used it without thinking. And I did the numerology for it, and it was beautiful, the numerology. And during that early time, 08, 09, I treated myself to a Reiki healing with an amazing healer. And she gave me the peony. And she said, and her instruction was not to tell me about the peony, but to give me the peony, and I have to go and learn what the peony is. And the peony gave me courage, gave me lots of other messages, but courage. And so peony became the illustrative brand for Listening to You. And that held me and carried me in that expression of being a therapist, all the way up to Zeta coming in on an eclipse. I think it was a Scorpio eclipse, of course it was. And then the shift in expression to bring more of my hidden self online, more of my magical, multidimensional self online. And that's the card that's just come out, the Courageous Peony. And if the peony speaks to you in any way, play with her. Play. Experiment, explore, learn, write. Multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. So the peony held me in that phase 1 expression. And now I'm held with the star Zeta Ophiuchi. Yeah, this is so many of these messages are remember who you are and bring it online. That's essentially, so coming to the surface and revelations in the mist, it's coming online. I love it. More weirdness in the world. Okay. Do we have too many final message? Yes, but not from that deck. You're alive. Mm. Sometimes you learn. True offering through loss. You make a passionate invitation for love to take over and bring her own plan instead of the ego's. So over the weekend, one of the pieces of work I did was this massive realization of a 10-year cycle that I'm wrapping up and what I've had to sacrifice to free myself from a very old karmic story. And that can trigger sadness and grief, loss, heartbreak. It depends what level the realization. So some of you may be coming into that realization. You're wrapping up a big cycle. And so it's a period of reflection for the ego to see what it could never manifest in the pushing, in the trying, the striving, rather than the succumbing. I would even use the word obedience to the intelligence, and the obedience to the intelligence that flows through everything. Liberation, doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. Well, okay. So if you've done the shadow work to process those old hooks and entanglements into grief and drama and sorrow and loss and victim martyrdom, wounded energy, then it will look like when an old thought comes up or an old situation replays itself, you're in witness. It's not even a movement. It's just a witnessing. And you may then notice there's no resonance in the body. So a trigger is just something that we already know, something that is already within us. And the movement is to go there and witness it and acknowledge it, meet it, and then just let it recycle. It's just energy. Just let it recycle. Beautiful. Thank you. Is that it? I think that is it. Yeah. I'm going to call this one a day, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Thanks for your gorgeous comments on the last video. Welcome new subscribers. Great to see you here. And I will see you all again soon. Take care.